Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to my collected haul for the month of October, which is gonna be quite a bit. And sweeties, I didn't even buy that much, but I have been extremely blessed by a lot of amazing people who have decluttered their own collection, or you know, just wanted to gift me something. Or I also got PR. I got actually a PR package this month, so I'm gonna get into this. So I'm just super excited. Now in my country the stores are still closed. Besides drugstores, they are open because they have to be, but like real stores, makeup stores and stuff like that is all still closed. So that's why I couldn't do much shopping really, you know. And as of right now when I'm speaking, and I really don't know, maybe it's gonna be like 2-3 days till you see this, so I'm filming this a tiny bit earlier. I'm actually waiting for a package that is also, there are palettes in there that I did order, and I just don't want to wait filming this, you know. So you'll see it next month, or I'm going to do an update at some point in between. But anyway, there is some stuff still on the way that I still really wanted to show you. I just cannot wait forever till our local post office gets their act together. Okay, so let me just maybe go into the whole video with the thing that I actually did my first look with today. And let me dig this out because I have piles here. 1 second. So this is actually the Sorceress palette from Jolie Beauty. This is my second palette from Jolie Beauty because I've also already featured the Intergalactic palette, and she has more palettes in case you want to try out this brand. It's an amazing brand, and this is actually her, basically her Halloween palette or her fall release. And this has been sponsored not by Jolie Beauty but by my bestie who gave this to me, because now I don't want to, was it because of me reaching 3K? I'm not 100% sure anymore. There was a reason why I got this. So anyway, I'm just so frazzled these days. Please forgive me if I'm just getting stuff wrong. So anyway, Jolie Beauty is an amazing brand, and this is the first look that I've done with this palette. I'm living for the gray and the purple. I've said that so many times that like gray and silver and purple is just unbeatable as a combination, you know? It's so beautiful. And the performance of my first look, I love it. I absolutely love it. And you know what? It is not a surprise because I actually also really liked the Intergalactic palette. I have actually used also a glitter today for the liner. I'm not going to go into a makeup tutorial here now. Just wanted to tell you that I used this shade here and this, combined them, and then together with Duraline made a liner out of this. And this is basically what you're seeing here, and it's super pretty, like if I may say so myself. Also my whole styling is today sort of in the vibe of this palette. So I'm sure you have never seen me so dark, but it's just, I don't know, it felt that way, you know. Also outside right now it's super dark, it's raining, it kind of feels like this kind of a look, you know. So anyway, more of that is coming super soon, because obviously I'm working with this already. Probably on the day when you're seeing this video, I'm probably filming my review of this palette, so I'm working on it. So this is definitely coming. I have no place to put my stuff. Wait. This is, I need more space, really. Okay, the other thing that you have seen also that I have received now in this month was this. This was the Howlin for You palette from Rebel Rogue Labs. This is how she looks. Super pretty palette. I have a review up of this palette. Was it the first impression or a review? Something like that. There are also looks up on Instagram or on social media in general, of course, with this palette. Super highly recommended, but I do believe it has sold out. But it is super beautiful, and she has other palettes too, you know, from Rebel Rogue Labs. Highly recommended. The performance is absolutely spectacular. Then I need to show you this one. This is actually the August release from Lucky Bunny Cosmetics, and this just got to me. It had been mailed on September 1st from Australia, and it got to me on November 1st. 2 months. 2 months shipping to Israel. And that was not because it was delayed at Lucky Bunny Cosmetics or something like this, you know. It is really, it shipped first of all, I think, to Germany or to the Netherlands, and then it was stuck there for weeks and weeks, and then it came to me. Like, really, you know, I don't even know what to say. Like, does it make sense that I'm featuring this palette now? You know, I mean, I want to, definitely, but I feel like I'm such a letdown for the brands, but it's not my fault, you know? It's like really. And now, of course, Lucky Bunny Cosmetics has come out with the next palette, with the Wrath palette, which is like red and orange kind of a leaning palette, which is also super, super beautiful. I spoke about that also in my last new makeup releases video, of course. And I only got this one now. Like really, you know, as a beauty YouTuber that I'm trying to be, it's a bit of a challenge, sweeties. Okay, so maybe let's go on to something that you've also seen. Maybe we should do that in general. Just do the things that you've already seen here. So anyway, this is what you've already seen here. I did a review of this palette. This has been spectacular, sweeties. This is the Glamlight, what was it called though? What is this called? Ice Cream Dream. Ice Cream Dream palette, a pastel palette for the most part. Super, super pretty. Performance was absolutely outstanding. It was super beautiful. I loved every single look I did with this. Yes, I do in general prefer the darker looks. That is absolutely where my heart is, you know. I'm just that kind of a girl. But if already pastels, then probably this is what I would want, you know. I would say when it comes to pastels, this is definitely my most favorite pastel palette as of right now. Now, I'm not the person that goes around and invests in pastel palettes, really, but this was just, you know, because I saw it and I saw that there is still enough depth in the palette, which is sometimes a bit lacking in pastel palettes, and it's just not my makeup style. I need some depth, I need something to work with so I can make the pastels pop, you know? Without that, it's just blah. Like for me, it's blah, you know? So that's why I really, really like this palette, because yes, there are darker shades that are not considered really pastels, but they sort of make the pastels stand out more. And for me personally, that makes absolute sense. So the other thing that you've seen here already is the Fright palette from Creative Soul Cosmetics. I have also several looks up on Instagram with this palette. And of course, also I have done a video about this. And this is also officially the most favorite palette of one of my daughters. She calls it the scary palette, but you know, the color scheme is really, really lovely, and the performance, maybe not this shade here, and I spoke about this also in the video, but everything else was actually super, super good. And I really also like the pressed glitters. I mean, seriously, this red one here with like a black shift to it, super beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And this was my first time that I spent with Creative Soul Cosmetics, which was really, really nice, you know. So that was that. Then I also showed you this one, the video for the Kaleidos Lunar Lavender palette. This is how she looks. Now, I have been a bit disappointed by this palette, you know, and I shouldn't be, because it was obvious. It was obvious that this is not the most super vibrant palette that has like a super, super range from light to dark and gives me a lot. I mean, it has 6 pans, you know. What was I expecting? I don't even know what kind of stupid expectations I had. It's a lovely palette, and that is what it is. And I think that is actually what they wanted to achieve with this palette. They didn't want this super pop palette. They wanted to have a lovely palette, the Lunar Lavender palette, you know. And I think I just went in with the wrong expectations. The whole thing is super, super pretty, you know. The performance was really, really nice. The packaging is super pretty. Everything is absolutely on brand, super style. Kaleidos makeup is really rocking it. But I think it was really just me who went into this with the wrong expectations. So that might have been just completely my fault, because the performance was really, really good. There was nothing wrong with this, you know. Swatches, not so good, but on the eye, the performance was good. So anyway, then there is a lot more, sweeties. I have actually ordered 2 things from C Color. Actually, it's more. I have to find the rest. I ordered 2 palettes from C Color Cosmetics, and this is the Jungle Fever palette. One of you contacted me on Instagram and said there is a big sale on the C Color website, and I wanted to anyway buy something from that brand and try it. So now I went over, and I think it was like 30% off. Wait, I need to just get the sheet off. So this is the Jungle Fever palette, which is of course super nice and vibrant and colorful. And then I also bought this Blue Sky palette, because I have heard that this is a pretty good dupe for one of those was it Blue Blood or something from Jeffree Star, the one who should not be mentioned. Yeah, so this is that dupe palette, and I like the color scheme, you know. I just don't like Jeffree Star, and I would never ever over my dead body buy anything from him or feature him. So that's why I wanted to try this palette. And I saw, actually, now I don't remember anymore who that was. It was a guy, and he was actually swatching this palette and the Blue Blood palette, or whatever the name was of that other palette, side by side, and he was actually really impressed how well this performed, because this is super affordable makeup, you know. So I don't recall what the price is now, so you'll have to go and find out for yourself. But anyway, I'm actually super excited to try this out, you know. I also ordered 2 lip products that I just have to go and find them right now. 1 second. I'm so glad that I stopped and went to look for those liquid lipsticks, because my camera sign was flashing again that my battery is empty. So yeah, that would have been so much fun if I would have realized that too late, and you know. Anyway, so I have these 2 liquid lipsticks here. They look super lovely. I have not tried them yet because I wanted to, of course, first show you. They have like a shift to them, and I really like this. Maybe we should just swatch them on my hand and see how they look and how they... Okay, the smell is, you know, normal. Let's just put it like right here. I don't know if one can see this so well. Can one? Probably not. I don't know if that is even... It might just be a gloss, honestly, because it is not super opaque. But I can definitely see that there is a shift in it. So I shall have to see how that performs on my lips. Squeaky. And this is the other one. I don't know if they have names. It's super small print. I cannot... Like, I'm too old for this, you know. I'll have to take a magnifying glass to... to read this, because sweeties, ooh, this is more like a coral leaning one. This is really pretty. Okay, so I shall use them and let you know what I think about those. Maybe also, of course, in combination with the palettes. I'm thinking maybe I should also like combine the palettes, you know, and not just do one in one, but like combine them and make like more colorful looks. But anyway, so this is super exciting. Smell is actually, you know, there is no smell, which is actually really nice, because sometimes when the smell is so artificial, and then that is really you know, not so pleasant. So I appreciate it if there is no smell at all. Okay, then another palette that I featured already here, and I have to be a little bit careful because one of the glitters sort of tumbled out a little bit. So this is the Halloween Queen palette. This I got, I still don't know how I got this. This is from Makeup by Che. And I just got this. Someone sent this to me with no note, with no, I don't know. I contacted Makeup by Che, never got an answer. I don't know who sponsored this. I don't know if it's PR. I don't know if someone of you sponsored this. But then again, where did that person get my address from? You know, like everybody who has my address told me that they weren't behind it. So I don't know where this came from. So anyway, I have a video up on my channel with this palette. This is how it looks. I'm being very careful here because of that orange pressed glitter that is a bit loose. So you've seen this already. It's also up on my Instagram, I do believe. So anyway, this is that palette. I still don't know how that happened. Okay, so then maybe... Let me show you this, because I got actually a package from Ari, who is one of my subscribers from the US and super supportive, and she contacted me and she asked me, Leorah, you know what, I have a few palettes that I just don't use enough anymore, and would you like to try them? And I was like, what are we talking about? And she said, I have those discontinued original palettes from Cleonat Cosmetics, the Paleo palette, and here, this is the Archeo palette. And I was like, really? Seriously, are you kidding me now? And she said, no, really, you know. And she said they're fine, I just don't use them enough. So this is how they look. I'm again being really careful because the mattes are a bit crumbly, and I've repressed them already and they're already cracking again. So this is the Paleo palette. This is how she looks. I'm gonna try to put this a little bit closer. I don't know if that is because this is their formula, the matte formula, or if that is because these palettes are already getting old. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so I think you can even see that the mattes are a bit crumbly and I have to be really careful. The shimmers look spectacular though, and I do believe that, of course, this brand is really known for the shimmers, you know. So we shall see. I haven't really worked with this yet, but I'm super excited to do so. And she also included, and now I don't know where that is, she also included, I think it was a NYX palette, like a tiny little NYX palette. can't find it now. I'll get back to it when I get there. And she also sent me the Ice Cream Dream palette. I had bought this, but I had it shipped to her and then she sent it to me. So that was all included in that one package. And thank you so much, Ari, for helping me out, because really I had the hardest time when the Ice Cream Dream palette from Glamlight launched. I had the hardest time to get into the system there on the website. I got kicked out, everything froze. I don't know what the issue was. Maybe it was my internet supplier or something. I just could not order this palette, you know, and I had serious FOMO that I would not have this palette in the end, you know. So anyway, then I wanted to also show you this. This is sponsored. Sweeties, I have the best subscribers and friends. This is sponsored by Christine. She has been mentioned so many times on my channel. Seriously, she's one of my the biggest supporters here on my channel, and she is from Australia. And I love you, Christine. Thank you so much. She has ordered me these 3 quads from Copacetic Cosmetics. So first of all, we have the Weather Advisory quad. Also here, I'm going to be a little bit careful to show you, because they got a little bit, tiny little bit cracked during shipping. So this is a very, very beautiful palette. You know, I mean, it's a quad, but I can also use them, of course, together or together with other things. So, I mean, this, because you know how much I love silvers and grays, you know, this is super beautiful. So this is one. Then we also have here the Spring Fling quad, which looks like this. This is also like a super, super lovely color scheme. Super, yeah, super springtime, like really, you know? Also like a little bit like a pastel palette. And then we have the Beachside palette, which looks like this. This is a more green and teal leaning, teal leaning palette. This is how she looks, also super spectacular and pretty. Yeah, so I'm actually super excited about all of this. Then she also gave me one more palette. Where did I put this now? Okay, here she is. This is the Valkyrie palette from Xno Beauty. This also you have seen already a first impression on my channel. This video is already live. This is how she looks for me. I would say that this is one perfect winter dream palette. Seriously, I think this is a beautiful palette, and the performance was also super, super good. Like really seriously good, you know? I have not tried this shade here too much because, I don't know, this one did not perform so well in my first impression, but I used it on a set surface, and that might have been the problem. So I haven't gone back to this because seriously, I'm going through a lot of makeup these days. So anyway, just wanted to say that this is also sponsored by Christine, and yeah, thank you. Okay, then we're going on to, wait, oh, she sponsored more. Oh, sweeties. She also bought singles for me from Cosmetic Cosmetics. Now, Christine is from Australia, and Cosmetic Cosmetics is also a brand based in Australia. And she ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades from Cosmetic Cosmetics. They're still in their packaging because I still haven't received my empty magnetic palettes. But there is this beautiful, super shiny silver. There is a super beautiful red shade here. There's a beautiful purple, a dark blue. Sorry, I'm just really clumsy when it comes to stuff like this. Then a very beautiful green, like an emerald green. Then this one, oh, this is also super beautiful. This is like a gold green, shifty kind of a situation, like a dark hunter green. Yeah, so super, super beautiful. I'm just waiting for those palettes to get here so I can actually put them in, and then maybe I would love to do swatch parties, sweeties. Just swatch parties could be so much fun now that I'm getting more into swatching. Yeah, so also this, I owe my thanks to Christine. Thank you so much. Seriously, I don't know how I would live without you guys. Seriously. Okay, there is actually something that I bought myself. Go figure. And actually I bought stuff myself, but like I said, it hasn't gotten here yet. Okay, so but this one here was my Sigma eyeshadow primer. I actually bought 4 of those. One I'm already using because maybe you remember a short time ago I was in total despair because my Sigma eyeshadow primer had run out of it, you know, and then I didn't know what to do because all of the other primers that I thought that I had were really not performing up to my standard, really not. That includes the P. Louise base. Then I had also here the Milani eyeshadow primer. Then I also tried this Essence You Better Work eyeshadow primer. I went back actually to my MAC paint pot because that was the best out of what I still had here, but it doesn't measure up to this one. Definitely not. Sigma is, as of right now, absolute top notch for me. So anyway, that was an emergency order. I just needed to never run out of this again, so that's why I bought 4. Yeah, all right. Then I wanted to also mention someone else who, no, wait. This is also something I bought myself. I went to my local drugstore and actually bought myself some sponges, some makeup sponges, because I was just like, mine was falling apart, you know. I'm using my stuff till it falls apart, and that was actually falling apart. So there was like, if you buy 2, you get like a discount on the second one or something. So I bought a bigger one and a smaller one. Actually, the bigger one is absolutely useless. I have one already like this that is opened, and when you wet it, you know, when you make it wet with water, which you're supposed to do with sponges, it gets so big that you can just really not use it, you know. Like, that's what she said. So anyway, you have to forgive me, I love those jokes. Anyway, so let's go into something else, because I got another package from one of my super loving supporters and subscribers, and that is Milka. And she has also previously blessed me already with all kinds of stuff, and she made a package for me. It actually probably started out because she's in some kind of a subscription service or something, and she just gets stuff that she cannot use. For example, lashes. So she basically gave me all the lashes that she got within this box, you know, within the subscription service, and gave them to me. There's also a Beauty Creations lashes that I've already used in one of my recent looks here. And then what is this? This is Shelly, yeah, Eye Beauty. I've never heard of this. This is Flaunt Beauty. I have heard of that already. So all of these I haven't tried yet. I have tried the one from Beauty Creations that was really good. Really liked it, really. I mean, they're quite small for me, but you know, sometimes I can do like a more natural lash look too, you know. So anyway, that is what she gave me. And then also there were a couple of palettes. So for example, this one, Natural Earth, this is from Okalan, I think. I've never heard that brand. So let me just take off the plastic. This is a more neutral leaning palette, but it has some beautiful duochrome shades in here. I don't know, I hope the camera will pick it up, how beautiful they are. Just how beautiful they are. Now the mattes are really very neutral, but all of those shimmer shades are absolutely spectacular, you know. So I'm super excited to try this. And there was also another, which one was that? This one, the neutral eyeshadow palette. Okay, so this is a small one. Let me just try to open this. How do I open? Ah, wrong side. Oh yeah, I just don't have enough oxygen down here in my basement. So this is a neutral eyeshadow palette. This is of course absolutely super neutral, but it is cool neutrals, and I really like that. So I'm actually super excited to try this out, because again, I love to try new brands. That is my most exciting thing these days. Yeah, and also it was really one of my New Year's resolutions for the year 2020, before we all knew that life would spin out of control, that this would be my year of trying new brands, you know, and not always going back to the ColourPop or Morphe or whatever stuff that I know already, but to try new brands. And I think God heard me, you know. Because only like that I will get to try those brands, because I would not even know to order this, because I didn't know that this existed, you know. So this is absolutely awesome. This is Okalan. Okay, so then there's also this one here from Profusion. Actually, I got a few palettes also from Milka in this package from Profusion. So this is the yellow tape, no, the yellow fusion Profusion palette. This also has a plastic, I'm so sorry. This is of course a 8-pan palette that is all yellow. And I was actually thinking that this palette is way better done than, for example, that yellow 9-pan palette from ColourPop a while ago. Don't remember the name anymore, because actually in this palette there is some depth, you know. You can do something with this, even though of course you cannot ever consider this a yellow, but still it makes the palette more workable. It makes more sense like this, you know. So anyway, this is a beautiful little palette, and while maybe yellow is not my most favorite shade, but together with like a super strong liner or something, that could be really nice. Then also from Profusion, let me just dig this out. She gave me two, is it one more palette? One more palette. It's one more. I thought there was another one. I think there was another one. There is the Kaleidoscope palette, and I think she also gave me the Festival palette. I have to find that for you. So anyway, this here came a little bit cracked. Let me just open this here. Ugh, what am I going to do with all these plastics? Seriously. Alright, so this is a big palette. I'm going to be a little bit careful because this shade here, this green one, and this yellow one here have cracked a little bit, so I don't want to hold it up too far. But my kids were super excited about this palette because especially here, I think it's pressed glitters, all of these, they look actually super exciting, and of course also the colorful shades here are really pretty, you know, really pretty. So, and considering the price point of Profusion, that is actually super exciting for me. Colorful and also affordable makeup, when that comes together and it works, then there is just nothing better. There's nothing better than this, you know. So let me just go and stop again and find that other palette that I still wanted to show you. Okay, here it is, the Festival palette. It was actually in front of me the whole time. I had just put other stuff on top of it, so I couldn't see it anymore. So this is the Festival palette, also from Profusion. This is also a matte and shimmery palette. Of course, here we don't have pressed glitters. Yeah, and this is the other palette that she gave to me. And we're not done yet because she also gave me 2 brush sets, which is super sweet. Now, these brushes here, these are, wait, I'm going to show you in a second. So these are brushes, I don't know if you can see it because it's sort of reflecting here. These are like unicorn shaped brushes. So my girls are gonna get those because they're super excited about those. You know, when I got this, I said I'm not gonna give them to you before I show them in the video and give credit to what Melka has done for me. But it's just that this is maybe not too much my thing, you know. Also, I'm not using face brushes too much because really, you know, I don't really need too many face brushes. But it's so sweet that she gave this to me, and my girls are getting so much into makeup. They just turned 10 and they are just going in my footsteps, you know. So yeah. And then she also gave me this tiny brush set here with 4 brushes that have like mermaid tails. And again, you know, I have twin daughters. This is perfect. This is Milka. This is the perfect gift for them. Seriously. And they just had their birthday. So now I can give that to them. And they got that from Auntie Milka. Alright, so here I found now the little elf palette that I got from Ari. This is how it looks. This is a tiny little quad here. This is of course like a murky purple kind of a situation. How is this called? Bite Size Eyeshadow, the Acai You palette. Okay, so I guess this is named after the acai fruit, I guess, maybe. So I have no experience with e.l.f. at all, so we shall see how this performs. I mean, I like that there is depth, you know, even with those 4 shades, there is enough depth, and that is really cool. So thank you so much, Ari, again, for that blessing. Okay, then there is one more thing I have to go back. Actually, there are a few more things from Melka that were in that same package, and this is the Rio de Janeiro Metropolis palette from Root Cosmetics. I guess all of these palettes she got also in that subscription box. I don't know, I would assume, because they're all new, you know, all of them are new. This is how it looks. A few jewel tones for the most part, though very neutral. So I think this is still pretty cool because it kind of feels like a fall themed palette also, you know, so I better get to using this because fall is really almost over. So anyway, that is that. And now let's see what else we have before I'm there. So there was also actually a very nice brush that I can absolutely use, and that is one from Sigma. And it was very hard for me to just keep it here and not use it till I can show you. So this is the E25, and I have that brush already, but eye brushes I always need, you know, eye brushes, seriously. I mean, I've sometimes shown you when I'm filming how many brushes I use for just one eye look. It is insanity. So I always need good eye brushes, and I'm super glad to have this. This is super great. So thank you again, Melka. And then there was one more palette that was also in that package, and that is the Indica palette by Flaunt Beauty. And that was also a very cute palette. Look at this. Isn't that a cutie? I mean, sixpence, yeah? But still, I think this is super sweet. And it's a new brand, and I also have the lashes, of course, to go with this that I just showed you in the beginning already. So that is super exciting. You know, it's kind of a little bit neon leaning. And yeah, but I think a very, very cute color scheme. So that is so cool that I got this, thanks to Melka. And let me see, is there anything else? Here are the lashes. These are the lashes from Flaunt Beauty, in case you were wondering. I hope you can see it because of the lighting. Okay, now let me just see. Okay, so one thing is left, and that is PR. So there's going to be a video coming up soon this week that is about Sweetest Reality Cosmetics, and the owner of Sweetest Reality Cosmetics has reached out to me after one of my new makeup releases videos, and she said, do you want to receive PR from us? And I was like, yes, I would love to. And usually, you know, that happens actually a couple of times, but usually once I say that I am located in Israel, and this is not like a city in the States, you know, like Jerusalem, Nebraska or something. I don't know if there is such a thing, but I know that there is a city of Jerusalem is also in America, right? But it's Jerusalem, Israel, you know? And then I usually don't hear from brands anymore. But she actually said, okay, good. And the next day or so, she contacted me and she said, the package is on the way, and gave me the tracking information. So she gifted me with this. This is the Sweetest Reality palette. This is an all matte palette. I'm going to, of course, talk in detail also in my video, in my review video that is coming up, about this palette. And she also sent me 4 pairs of lashes. I have one still here in original packaging, which I'm going to show you. The other ones are already in like toned down packaging. So this is one of her lashes. I hope it's not reflecting too much. So this is just so beautiful, you know, and I'm so grateful that I got to do this, you know. I'm just beyond belief, awestruck. I don't know, like, where does this come from, you know? And then my bestie in America, she said, sweetie, this is blessing. This is what blessing feels like, you know, and make sure to say that this is a blessing for you, because it is, you know. We should never forget to be grateful. We should never forget to see the blessings in our lives. And this, you know, it is PR, yes, but it is also at the same time a blessing for my channel, and it is a blessing for me personally, because, you know, it makes me feel so good that actually someone sees me, you know, someone like in the sense of a brand owner sees what I'm doing here, thinks that I'm worth it, you know. And that is so cool, and I'm so grateful, because I've been working so hard for so long here, you know, in the shadows of this whole YouTube universe, and you know, completely gone unseen, and now finally someone is seeing me, and I'm so super grateful. So the review of this palette and of the lashes is coming up, and if anyone wants to see me applying lashes, because I don't think I have done that on my channel yet, then you will see it also in that video, because I'm actually putting on her lashes in the video on camera. Okay, at least one, and the other one I did off camera because I needed to, you know, be in good time management. But yeah, so in case you were wondering how I'm applying lashes, that will be in that video. All right, sweeties, maybe I will also subsequently make a video about applying falsies and whatever. But anyway, there are so many out there on YouTube. Nobody needs to know how I'm doing it, right? I don't know. So just saying, in case you're interested, that is coming in that video. So actually, this is it already, sweeties. I'm having the best time when I'm filming these videos. Seriously, I'm having the best time, because I love to talk about makeup. I love to show you makeup. I love to dream and to drool and to all of that, you know. It's just so great. This is absolutely my happiest place that I could have ever wished for, you know. So I'm just super grateful for everything that has come into my possession this last month. I know there is more on the way. Yeah, I know. Okay, we're going to be talking about that, of course, then in my next month's haul. And yeah, and besides that, of course, we're going to just in the meantime continue here on my channel, working our way through all that makeup and having some fun while we're doing it. And I'm so glad you're all here to share this time with me, and to also give me your feedback, to tell me that you have this palette. And you know what, also I've had that now a couple of times when I had a makeup video where I was actually applying makeup, that some of you said, oh, when I saw that you're featuring this palette, I took mine out and I was sitting there with you while you were doing your makeup, I was doing my makeup too, you know, and I was trying to recreate the look while you were doing it. And that was so, so cool. You know, seriously, that gives me the friendship vibes, you know, and I think that is just the best thing, the best thing. All right, sweeties. So if you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have here, like everybody who would want to join is very, very welcome to join, because we are a beautiful tribe here of very, very loving people, very, very positive, and I think that's what the world needs right now. And besides that, of course, you will find hopefully everything linked that I have spoken about and that I have shown you, either in a pinned comment or in the description box down below. Of course, you will find also my makeup somewhere down there. Yeah, and again, that's what she said. Sweeties, help me. All right, besides that, I'm going to see you here super soon for my next video, and up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.